Where the fuck are all the elected Democratic officials? Where the fuck is everyone?
Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of The Dave Show. Before we get started, I just want to give a shout out and a thanks to all the people that have purchased any official idleHands merch from the store. And also, if you'd like to sponsor or be a sponsor of the show to keep this content flowing, you can always do a super thanks. And there is a PayPal link in the description. And so feel free to to help out where you can. I definitely appreciate it. All right, let's get on to the show. It's going to be a good one. Let's get 10,000 subscribers. Let's do it. It's no surprise that the Democrats are supporting and standing for an anti-Semite. His name is Mahmoud Khalil. I believe I'm pronouncing that correct. And he has been picked up by ICE, and President Trump wants to deport him. But of course, the left are just outraged and screaming that his rights are being violated and that he can't be deported. Well, he can. He's here on a green card, and he is definitely an anti-Semite, which is in itself not against the law. But he has aligned himself to Hamas. He is a pro-Hamas organizer. Quite frankly, he's a Hamas agent, in my opinion, and he needs to go. So, again, the Democrats won't stand for a young man who's fighting cancer that wants to be a police officer, but they will stand for a complete piece of garbage anti-Semite that apparently loves Hamas way more than America. So get them out. The activists gathered at Trump Tower and they were chanting and really making a nuisance of themselves. Again, they're supporting this anti-Semite, and it's interesting to see, we need to follow the money on this because this is not an organic gathering. They're all wearing the same t-shirts. Who paid for the t-shirts, right? Somebody is behind this, and we need to find out who it is. And if they're an American, they need to be arrested for being pro-terrorist, right? Anyways, check it out. Fortunately, the police were doing their jobs and 100 protesters were arrested. Now, of course, I don't know if they're going to be actually prosecuted. So that's a whole nother story. The mainstream media is, of course, victim to the Elon derangement syndrome. It is ramping up with them, and it's settling in nicely. Let's take a look.
You're either with the Tesla or you're with the terrorists.
Trump thinks that if you try to kill cops to overthrow the government and change an election, that's not domestic terrorism, but somehow having a protest in front of a Tesla dealership is.
Just to be clear, you protest a private company, you are labeled by this administration a domestic terrorist.
It always hasn't been this way with the media. It wasn't too long ago that the mainstream media absolutely adored Elon Musk and couldn't say enough about him and couldn't sing enough praises about his genius and what he's doing to help save the world and clean up the climate change with the EVs and blah, blah, blah. It was all just sanctimonious fodder. Take a look.
Musk, a.k.a. real-life Iron Man.
Elon Musk is doing things that may revolutionize transportation and climate change.
Staggeringly rich and staggeringly intelligent.
Wonderful, out of this world, incredible images from the first all-civilian orbit around Earth. A huge win for Elon Musk.
As a leader in science and technology whose name may indeed belong alongside those of Edison and Jobs.
This is a little bit of news that's been popping up in the last couple of days. It is of a young lady at a high school track meet, and some video shows her bashing the head of the young lady that is in front of her, and she falls, and she gets a concussion. Apparently, she was diagnosed with a concussion. Other than that, apparently she is okay. But this young lady is now being potentially being charged for assault on the young lady that she hit in the head. So I don't know what to say. Apparently, this student is a very good student. She's an A student, no problems, no history of violence. But she said she didn't do it. But I don't know it. I don't think I buy her explanation. I think she did it on purpose, but I don't know why.
After a couple times hitting her, my baton got stuck behind her back like this, and it rolled up her back. I lost my balance, and when I pumped my arms again, she got hit. I know my intentions, and I would never hit somebody on purpose.
Here's another great example of some of the money that the government was spending on absolutely frivolous things. Apparently, we were giving like $400,000 to queer farmers. I think it was in California. I don't know. Check it out.
Until today, USDA was funding a $397,000 grant in the San Francisco Bay Area to educate queer, trans, and BIPOC urban farmers and consumers about food justice.
So apparently, if you're a straight farmer, you don't get any money. You have to be a queer farmer. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. President Trump has a pretty awesome plan, actually, for the taxpayers. If he can get the budget balanced, a lot of people in this country they're going to get a huge tax break. Let's check it out.
When the president balances the budget, his first move is going to be, he has suggested that he would like to waive taxes for people under $150,000. That's aspirational, that when we balance the budget. And let me tell you, he's got a plan to balance this budget.
It looks like the trade wars has started, but President Trump, so far, has delivered the goods.
Yesterday, General Motors was in. They want to invest $60 billion. The people from Facebook were in yesterday. They're going to invest $60 billion by the end of the year. Apple, as you know, a few days ago announced $500 billion investment. They're going to build their plants in the United States, which, as you know, almost all of their plants are in China. Now they're building in the United States.
President Trump doesn't mince words. He's tired of the United States being ripped off.
We've been ripped off for years, and we're not going to be ripped off anymore. No, I'm not going to bend at all. Aluminum or steel or cars, we're not going to bend. We've been ripped off as a country for many, many years. We've been subjected to costs that we shouldn't be subjected to.
The Democrats for decades have been saying that they are going to be the ones that are going to fight the trade wars and make everything fair for the United States, but they never have, and quite frankly, they never will, because they like America being hurt, apparently, for some warped reason. Take a look.
I know you don't like Trump's style.
No.
You haven't liked it for 12 years. I spent, an hour on my way up here looking at all these old articles coming out of liberal outlets over the past 10, 15, 20 years, talking about the disaster free trade has had on middle-class America, how it's destroyed manufacturing in this country, how once upon a time the Rust Belt was thriving, now it's in decay. You can't blame that on Donald Trump for wanting to focus and put a microscope and saying, wait a minute here, we have left a significant percent of our fellow Americans behind. Let's fix that.
Vice President J.D. Vance reminds the people that, look, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's going to take a little while for President Trump to wash out the Bidenomics, to wash it out of the system so that we're clean and free of that corruption and just absolute economic destruction. So he said, basically, just be patient and we will have an economic boom like we've never seen before. All right, check it out.
Rome wasn't built in a day, of course. This is not going to happen overnight. I think it's going to take time, right? Some of the stuff, you're already seeing factories that are adding shifts for American workers. That happens immediately. Some factories, it takes 18 months or 2 years to build a new facility. So it really depends industry by industry. But the basic thrust of President Trump's economic policies is if you invest in the United States of America, you're going to be rewarded with lower taxes, lower regulations, lower energy costs. If you want to build a factory in China, that's your right, but you're going to pay.
Secretary Bessent says that we could have done just the same, the status quo, and not change anything and keep the spending up, but that we would inevitably be heading for a horrible outcome. Instead, he says that America is now basically detoxing from Bidenomics. Check it out.
We were always going to have a transition from this incredible, unsustainable level of government spending that we had. I think last week I called it a detox. The easy thing for us to have done would have been to come in and just keep this massive spending level going. And it's unsustainable, but could we have kept it going for a year, 2 years, maybe even 4? Maybe, but you're risking a financial calamity.
I'm not sure if President Trump is trolling or if this is like some kind of quasi-real desire that he has to envelop Canada into the United States and apparently make it the 51st state. I don't know. This keeps on coming up, so I don't know if this is real, if he's just trolling. I don't know, but I think it would be kind of cool if it was done right. Anyways, let's see what he has to say.
Canada only works as a state. It doesn't. We don't need anything they have. As a state, it would be one of the great states anyway. This would be the most incredible country visually. If you look at a map, they drew an artificial line right through it between Canada and the U.S. Just a straight artificial line. Somebody did it a long time ago, many, many decades ago, and makes no sense. It's so perfect as a great and cherished state. Keeping "O Canada," the national anthem. I love it. I think it's great. Keep it. But it'll be for the state, one of our greatest states.
Whether President Trump is trolling Canada to become the 51st state, I believe he is very serious about bringing Greenland onto the fold and making it a part of America. So let's see what he has to say.
Greenland. What is your vision for the potential annexation of Greenland and getting them potentially to...
Well, I think it'll happen, and I'm just thinking, I didn't give it much thought before, but I'm sitting with a man that could be very instrumental. You know, Mark, we need that for international security.
The mainstream media and other left-leaning, I guess, economists are really starting to kind of, scream that the sky is falling, that what Trump is doing with tariffs and it's just going to absolutely destroy the American economy. But some people have another opinion, and they firmly believe that the best is yet to come and that the golden age is just beginning. Let's take a look.
America's going to become more lethal, more economically strong, and we're participating in that, and we're thrilled. The part I love is that we're winning. The part I love almost more is that we're getting to do our usual humiliate the critics of Palantir dance, and it makes my life a lot of fun. America is the greatest experiment, the greatest country that has existed, and we must support it.
Making Money host Charles Payne is here. So that genius you interviewed, Palantir's CEO, he seems optimistic. Everybody else seems so fragile. Why is that?
Because he's a doer. He's a visionary, and he's doing it. This is a guy, by the way, Alex Karp. I became a fan over the last year. Just the way he has dissed Wall Street analysts for being so dumb, for being so negative, as his stock has become a juggernaut that everyone on Wall Street said would not work out. And so he's got a chip on his shoulder, but he just wrote a book, and I'm telling you right now, what he talks about in this book on how to survive, how the West has naturally survived through its instincts, through controlled violence, through compassion, that we forget sometimes, although our foes never forget it, And so the irony of all of this, the only place that we're losing the tariff battle is on the public relations front because of America's establishment and folks who don't know better. You mentioned CNBC earlier. Watching them is so cringeworthy every single day. I toggle over and they just, I mean, the data comes out. They brace yourself for a really inflationary PPI number. 2, 3, 1. Oh my God, it's not inflationary. Someone go sift through page 33 and find something in there before we get back from commercial break. Every day, every single day. But here's the problem. We got a report today on the sentiment of individual investors. And it's almost 60% bearish. It's the least bullish it's been in a long time. I worry about people who watch this show and sell. They watch these programs and people have never built a thing in their life. And they're on the op-ed pages, they're on editorial boards, and they get to tell us that tariffs aren't working, they won't work, they've never worked. Read your history, understand what's going on. Because what you said, your opening, I'm telling you, Jesse, your openings are really great. I don't know who's helping you on the economic side, but that was perfect. That was spot on.
I'm
$2
watching
trillion
Fox Business.
in announcement. Good. I know you're not watching CNBC because we've been doing this from an insane asylum.
Well, listen, I did watch it today because Besant was on. I wanted to see what he had to say. And he seemed relaxed, seemed fine, seemed like he knew exactly what was going on. And everybody else was freaking out. Charles, I remember during COVID, Joe Biden was elected to beat the virus. Remember? He was going to beat the virus.
Yeah.
2 years after he was elected, everybody had caught COVID. He didn't beat the virus. Everybody just caught the virus. But no one panicked. Everybody just waited for Joe to do his thing. And it's been 2 weeks since this trade war started.
Yeah.
If they could give the same amount of patience they gave to Biden to beat the virus, to Trump to beat these bad trading partners, the sentiment of this market would heal.
The market's going to heal no matter what, right? And the market's going to rebound. And here's the irony. People who are trying to use the stock market now as a report card on President Trump are going to really regret this 4 years from now. What I love about Scott Bessent is not only his even tone. Listen to what he was saying. It could have been a status quo. If they didn't want anyone to write negative things about him, but ironically, it's the Democrats who used to use that whole analogy, the frog in the boiling water. President Trump is nudging that frog. He's waking that frog up. He's saying to the American public, hey, we are in boiling water. We are dying. Once you nudge it, it feels the pain. But you also have to nudge it to make it move. And that's exactly what this administration is trying to do. And I just got 1 word for you, 2 words for you. I know you can't get to Bordeaux, but have you ever tried Boone's Farm?
No, I haven't. It looks like I can't afford Bordeaux anymore. So anything besides that, I'll try. And you know, they always say in the morning, you want to first thing, eat the frog. That means tackle the hardest thing right when you get out of bed. Start your day like that. And Trump's doing it with trade. And I'm glad we're getting it out of the way early. And I think it'll work.
Me too.
All right. Enjoy the wine. Good to see you, Charles.
I am so happy that Pete Hegseth is now in charge of all of our armed forces, and he is walking the walk, and he wants there to be not a new standard, but go back to the standards that were, what were required to join the armed forces, that you needed a level of fitness, and that there needs to be a certain look, to your haircut, to your beards, to, facial hair, that everybody needs to look proper and fit, and that will make our armed forces strong again. And I think I think he's doing a really good job. But this is something that needs to be done. I mean, when I was in the Army, man, I mean, everything had to be like perfect. Your uniform, everything. Even if we weren't doing inspections, the drill sergeants were always kind of, eyeing to see if something was not right. And apparently, under Biden, people in the military, guys could wear nail polish. That would never fly when I was in the Army. And of course, women could dye their hair like, pink and purple or whatever. I mean, my goodness, you couldn't even wear your own eyeglasses when you were in boot camp. Everybody had the exact same looking ugly pair of glasses, and you know what they are if you know what I'm talking about if you've been through boot camp. But yeah, so we couldn't even wear our own eyeglasses, and we definitely couldn't dye our hair pink and purple and do our nails. So this is a good thing. I applaud Pete Hegseth. Hegseth recently posted this to X. He said, "Our troops will be fit, not fat. Our troops will look sharp, not sloppy. We seek only quality, not quotas." Yeah. Bottom line, our Department of Defense will make standards high and great again across the entire force. Man, oh man, that is great news, and I fully support that. Trudeau is out, but I really don't think anyone's really going to miss him up in Canada. I don't know who supports that man. But this is a little bit of, he did a little like exiting, I'm leaving, I'm going to miss you video. But then there's people just absolutely booing him and stuff as he was, getting into a vehicle. Anyways, take a look. Trudeau was a horrible governor, whatever you want to call him. He was a train wreck. Take a look.
I am so proud of Canadians. I'm proud to have served a country full of people who stand up for what's right, rise to every occasion, and always have each other's backs when it matters most. This may be my last day here in this office, but I will always be boldly and unapologetically Canadian. My only ask is that no matter what the world throws at us, you always be the same.
Go take Trudeau! Go take the walk in the snow! Come on! No, 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 no! That's Trudeau leaving for the last time as PM. Here he goes. Here he goes. Trudeau rolling out. Rolling out. Get the heck. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. There we go. Tyrant of the cottage. Good riddance.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? We're setting you adrift, idiot. Maybe you can go live with the Danish. You'll regret this day, friend. I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your buddy, guy. He's not your guy, friend. I'm not your friend, buddy. We're not your buddies, guy. I'm not your guy.
He was a terrible governor. That's kind of what I just said. Nobody likes you. Good riddance. Man, don't ever come back from wherever you're going. I mean, it's so phony what he's saying because, during COVID, he just absolutely went out of his way to destroy people's lives, to freeze their bank accounts. I mean, what he did to the trucking industry there was absolutely shameful. He was a tyrant and a dictator. He was really he showed his evilness during COVID, for sure. How he treated the citizens of Canada. I can't believe I don't think they voted in the new prime minister because I think he was just plucked and planted, but I think he's going to be probably worse. We'll see though. Okay, let's see what we have to. The good part, he's out. The bad part, his replacement is at least as bad. Oh boy. This is an interesting little clip. It apparently shows President Obama slipping up, talking about Michelle. Is she a dude?
You know what my kids asked me? They said, you've got to ask the president, does anything scare him?
You know, well, when when Michelle's mad, I get worried.
Come again?
When Michelle's mad.
That ain't no woman. It's a man.
When Michelle's mad.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Freudian slips are real. They totally happen for sure. When Mike is what he meant to say. He said it himself. Yeah. What? That's a good response. Straight slipped. Yeah, I think so. My wife, you mean your husband? Yeah. Apparently, the Trump derangement syndrome is spreading worldwide. This is a clip of a demonstration, a parade, I guess, protesting Trump. They don't even live in America, so I'm not sure what the point is. I don't really know what's going on here. Take a look. All I can say is the sentiment is mutual, and don't forget, whoever laughs last. Yeah, I guess. All planned and coordinated. Of course, I mean, who paid for all this stuff? They're all wearing like these big, FU hats or helmets or whatever you want to call it. I mean, that's not free. You can't just pluck those from trees, right? Somebody had to pay for all that stuff. And I'm sure it wasn't cheap. The cult of hive mentality. Yes, I like that. Yes. So strange when people make things like this the core of their personality. And that is like, whether you live in America or abroad, if you have this ideology, which would be the same regardless of where you live, these people, they put it first. It's like you have a house, right? And most people, they put their ideology and this politics and stuff into like one little room or like a broom closet or something, like maybe one of the spare bathroom or something, like spare closet, right? But it's just there. And then you have like the whole rest of the house is like everything else in their life, right? But the left, these crazies, it's like their whole entire room, and they like live in the broom closet. You know what I mean? Like it's so backwards. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. They're mentally ill. Peak Trump derangement syndrome. Yes, totally. I know what a lot of liberals are going to dress up as for Halloween. Yeah, I think you could probably see these maybe starting to pop up in America. Simple life rule: if you can't show your face when spotting an opinion, you don't matter and should be shunned from society. Well, I kind of agree with that. Yeah, be proud of what you say. Don't be ashamed, right? If you have the guts to say it. So they've graduated from the pussy hats. Great, just great. Robots are definitely the future, and they're starting to pop up here and there now in factories and whatnot, but it's not perfect. There's still kinks in the programming. This is a perfect example at Amazon, an Amazon factory. So check it out. It maybe explains why people's packages are late sometimes. There's always that one jerk at work. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've worked with that one. Looks like government workers. There's going to be robot herders in the future whose entire career will be making sure robots don't get caught in loops like this. I think that might be true to some extent, which is kind of crazy. I'm going to, I want to be a robot herder when I grow up. It'll probably pay well, though. Why are there no brown and black colored robots? This is proof of racism. Ooh, Amazon. Ouch. Sounds about right. I think it probably should be looks about right, but yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Fran. Okay, I know that there are some of us in our Idle Hands community that don't like me saying retard, or at least not saying it too much. So this next this next image, please don't be offended. It's meant to be humorous, but it does sum up exactly what makes a Democrat in these modern days. I think it's funny. I hope you find it funny too. Let's check it out. All right, so again, please do not take offense. This is funny, and we're living in a world now again where we don't have to be so politically correct. I wish we never even had that term in our vernacular, but in anyways, this is so perfect. It says woke on one side and a retard on the other side. No offense to anybody that is retarded, but when they come together, they form a Democrat. That's funny. Come on. I mean, let's be real. Exactly. Yep. Sums them up perfectly. I mean, it really does. I'm sorry. And that, boys and girls, are how Democrats are born.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Old Sourpuss Waters is spouting her venom and hatred and stirring up the pot of violence like she always does. I really can't believe that she has not been arrested or cited for instigating some of this violence that we see across America towards Trumpers and conservatives, anybody on the right, pretty much anybody that doesn't align themselves with the left. I mean, she is literally crazy. And man, if there is a better poster child for having term limits, I don't know what is.
I'm worried that Trump is on the edge of creating a civil war. He alluded to it more than once. He alluded to the fact that if he did not get reelected, that there could be a civil war. What does Trump expect? Oh, I believe he expects violence. I believe he expects confrontation. I believe he's working toward a civil war.
Maxine Waters is laying the groundwork. If violence happens, they will blame Trump. Yeah, it's what they always do. Same playbook every single time. Yeah, they're so pathetic. They are just, okay, so still spewing hate and lies, but at least she got a new wig. The curls are nice. Well, okay, we can say something positive about everybody, right? I guess. All right, she needs to be arrested for inciting violence. I totally concur. We aren't falling for this time, yeah. I like my odds. Liberals want a civil war. Who would win? You got the liberal versus the conservative. Oh, man, what a stark difference. Sheesh. Arrest this 100-year-old. She might be older than 100. We're not sure. History shows political violence often benefits those who preemptively blame others. Yeah. Standard power consolidation tactic used across regimes. Whatever they blame you for, they are actually doing. And that is actually rule one of dealing with anybody on the left. Here's an old clip. It's a classic. It's an oldie but goodie from Italy. And it's about this guy who is blocked by absolutely retarded protesters that think that doing this is going to somehow help their cause. But of course, they're stupid. Let's check it out.
No, non lo picchiare, dai. Non lo picchiare. Fatelo passare, Giorgi, fallo passare, dai.
Oh!
Me lo ammazzi!
This video will never not be satisfying to watch. True. He had to go to the hospital because his wife was pregnant at the time. That's why he's so furious. Oh man, I think I would be freaking out if my wife was in that situation. I was trying to get to her and this absolute moron was blocking my way. I don't know. I don't think it would end well for those people, and maybe for me, because I might actually be going to jail. I don't know. Boy, it's stupid. I wouldn't have been as accommodating, just saying. It was the F around of times. It was the find out of times. Look, it's creepy. This is the type of video I love to see. Yeah, they are entertaining. More of this, much more. And the problem goes away overnight. Yes. I think there needs to be deterrence, right? There needs to be consequences of some sort. I don't know what they are, though. I pray I am never driving and put in this situation. Yeah. And here's a little bit of something on the light side. This is Johnny from the Jesse Waters Show, and he's out talking to women and what women want from men. It's it's kind of funny, some of the responses. Take a look.
What is a woman?
Perfection.
A vessel for love.
A woman is anyone who says she's a woman.
Can anybody be a woman?
Yeah.
Hold it. This is a good one. Is everybody listening?
What famous female in history would you say contributed the most to the life of women?
I don't know if I should say it.
You should say it.
Okay, Beyonce?
Rosa Parks.
Why Rosa?
She fought for her right on the bus.
Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand? You had that little film festival last year. Yeah, you made us all watch all her movies. It was fun.
Be humble. Women aren't perfect, but neither are men.
No.
But what would you say are qualities that you're not proud of that women have?
I get mega attitude.
I have a shopping addiction.
I made a mistake. I was a little not so good with the being faithful, and I don't think he's ever going to do it with me again. So I've started to see other people. Are you interested?
Johnny, so maybe you could just say a few words.
Women are more perfect than men.
I didn't say more perfect.
I did. I don't want to get in trouble. So what are women's best qualities?
They're sexy, they're hot.
Smart, funny.
When you want done, you get a woman.
We're strong.
How strong are you?
Very.
Ow.
Athlete.
You fight like a woman.
What do women want?
A loyal, sexy man.
Honestly, just food.
Women want great, loving, tender, beautiful, passionate, adoring, safe sex.
But we're okay with that?
What qualities make men different than women?
Men are really patient when it comes to putting together something, like if you got something from IKEA.
How does it make you feel when men protect women?
That's beautiful.
I love it. I think it's sweet.
That's the most beautiful thing in the world.
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not.
Should men be competing in women's sports?
This is controversial, but I have to say no.
That's just flat out not happening. That's just idiotic. So that's how I feel about that.
And that's all I have to say about it.
Kamala, Hillary, why haven't we had a woman president yet?
Because I haven't run. And you know what I'm going to do when I'm president? Everybody gets a free ounce of marijuana every month.
Neither of them were the right candidate.
Who's your perfect female candidate?
Elizabeth Warren.
You're a big Pocahontas girl?
That's really offensive. I'm not gonna, that's not funny. That's just not funny. I'm not participating in laughing at that.
We can't make a decision.
What do you want for dinner tonight?
Oh my gosh, I want a lasagna. I'm also thinking about a burger.
I'm going to want to research it. I'm going to want to study it. I'm kind of a nerd sometimes.
If there's anything that men need to know about women, now's your chance, because God, are we clueless sometimes.
Men, do whatever the girl wants.
Open your ears and close your mouth sometimes.
Stop infringing on our rights.
Stop being afraid of the bathtub. It's a great place for sex.
Jesse Waters is celebrating International Women's Month. What do you want to tell him?
I don't know who Jesse Waters is.
He's a Fox News host.
Stop spewing lies on television.
You just said you didn't know who Jesse Waters was.
All they do is f***ing lie on that channel.
But you haven't watched his show.
Well, that's fair.
Jesus loves you so much.
See you later, alligator.
All right, my friends, that's it for the news. Buckle up. You're about to enter the Lib Zone.
How important is it to trust the science?
I'm actually a scientist. I think that science is important. Yeah.
What is a woman?
It depends on the discussion you're having.
Okay, I just have to stop it because, okay, so we're at 34 days. I'm not sure how long he goes for this comparison, but is it just me? I mean, like, I don't know how much this surgery or whatever he had cost. I'm sure it was tens of thousands of dollars. I think the only one that benefited from that are the doctors that performed the surgery, because I literally say really no difference in how he looks. The bridge of his nose is a little bit different. It looks like they trimmed back the brow on his the brow ridge or something, but like other than that, I mean, he literally looks exactly the same. So what a waste. I mean, the pain that this guy had to go through in recovery and it's just a waste. This guy is stupid. I don't understand. Just be happy with who you are, man. You don't need all this surgery. Jeez, I mean, you're not gonna look like this after you die and you go up to the other side or whatever. You're going to be exactly the same way you looked before. So, sorry, man.
What we're living through is something that in the history books will be written about. And I want to make sure that my piece of it is advocacy. And it's interesting because people often put me as an activist when I'm really just a musical theater girl who now wrote a book. But I think if I was to be able to speak directly to trans people, I would tell them that the parts of us that they are attacking are the best parts of us, and that it's what makes us special and is magic. And hopefully they can see that. And if the folks who maybe don't see me as a woman, which is such a shame, but I just hope that they can find a trans person who they can connect with to see that we are not monsters, that we're not trying to hurt anyone.
Well, that's not true of all the trans people for sure, but there are definitely that portion of trans women, men that think they're a woman, that they are the violent ones, and they do a lot of nasty stuff.
And that we're really just doing our best the same as everyone else.
Did you see the bill that the Texas House just put forward that would make it a felony offense to identify as anything other than your gender identity at birth on any kind of form?
Yeah, what are you going to do? You're lying.
Like, I don't even understand this obsession with how somebody wants to live their life. Like,
because they're mentally ill. I mean, don't you understand that? They're mentally ill and they need help.
What the fear is. I mean, like, if you're stupid enough to think that these are the people that are dangerous to society.
Yeah, trans Tifa, they're very dangerous, and they're on the uptick in their violent behavior. Just talk to Elon Musk.
Then you are, congratulations, you are in a cult and you are brainwashed. And
you're projecting.
I'm sorry that you haven't had an opportunity to know anybody who is transgendered. And I am honored to say that I have. And I've seen this one person in particular go from being a very miserable person who openly talked about how hard it was to be living a life that just wasn't true to who she was inside. And watching her blossom and watching her become the woman that she has always been.
But now she's living a lie, trying to make everybody else call her something or call him something that she's not, that he's not. I don't know, whatever. It's these people. I mean, I feel sorry for them. But, you know, it's really kind of distracting watching this lady because she's got one lazy eye or something. So it's like creeping me out a little bit.
Regardless of the external package that came with her when she was born.
I mean, he was born.
I'll never understand it.
It's called a penis.
Every day, our job is to wake up and say, what can I do today?
To obstruct the federal government and Homeland from rounding up all of the illegals that are just spread all over the country. That's really what you're saying, AOC. What can I do to obstruct?
There is no act too small. That does not matter. Every single action matters. And so when they try to come in, make them show a warrant.
FAFO every single time. Just pull out your FAFO card and see what happens.
Make them show a document. Make them assert their authority. Ask them, who are you? Who are you? Because at the end of the day, they're no one.
Oh my gosh.
They're just like you, and they're just like me.
So you're a nobody? Is that what you just said? Oh my gosh, he's so dumb.
And he's running around because he thinks he's got a bank account with a lot of zeros in it, that it makes him some kind of super citizen. I don't think so. This is America.
You don't actually hate trans people.
I don't?
You just hate yourself. You were born a curious, honest, and open person. Somewhere along the way, you were told to conform. You learned that your value is only derived from how well you conform. Are you normal? Are you palatable? Are you a good consumer? Will you do what's expected of you? Along that way, you lost sense of that child you were. You lost sense of the community and the conversations you wanted to have, the genuine curiosity for the world. And in doing that, you lost yourself. You don't hate trans people because we're trans. You hate us because we're a reminder of who you were. Deep down inside of you, we are not that different.
Who I was? What are you talking about? This is a babbling of somebody that is delusional and definitely needs some, I don't know, some medical help in the way of psychiatry or something.
So the people that voted for Trump,
yeah,
are you guys happy?
Yeah.
Like, are you giggling right now?
Pretty much.
Like, no avocados.
I don't eat avocados.
Car parts are gonna be more expensive.
Yeah, because the trans Tifa are bombing all of the Tesla dealerships and stuff. But of course, she's stupid. I don't even know what to say. Okay, go on.
Yes. Mechanics.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Uh-huh.
This is what you wanted.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Yay. Woo. Okay, so I have the new viral Air One strawberry that I'm going to try.
Okay.
Okay. A strawberry. Apparently, you're supposed to smell it. It smells like a strawberry. and then you're supposed to eat it. Oh, I think I'm doing this wrong. Okay, hold on.
It is a good looking strawberry, though.
I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Just wait.
It's like not tart at all, which I like. I don't like tart strawberries, but it's not that sweet.
You got something in your teeth.
Oh well, just wasted $20.
What?
Let me get this straight. Someone actually spent $20 on one strawberry.
What a grift. Jeez.
There's a reason why a lot of people can't actually relate to a lot of celebrities. People are complaining about the price of eggs and not being able to afford basic essentials. And there are individuals out there that can actually spend $20 on one strawberry. I'm just going to leave this here.
Preach it.
I am so happy that I am not a Trumpy because I love consuming media and entertainment and understanding the nuance and the relation to the current times that we are living in.
The nuance?
Like, you're telling me Trumpies go watch Wicked and then they just, like, go home and, like...
What?
That's it? Like, you don't think about how, like, this connects to real world times?
What are you talking
Like,
about?
I don't understand. That must be so
I don't understand
boring.
either.
Like, it must be so boring to not think.
she just said it out loud because she's totally projecting. Oh my gosh, this lady is connected to the hive mind. She needs to just stop watching all social media, get off the internet for a while, don't watch news. She needs to detox, okay?
We are your mothers, nurturers, sisters, partners. I love your sign.
Oh, thank you. My friend made it.
Oh, okay. I love this sign.
This is funny.
This is beautiful. What was your thought process with it? Because I've never seen one that mentions all the different ways women can fulfill, motherhood or womanhood or, I love this. What went through your head to write all that?
Thich Nhat Hanh, the Buddhist monk, told me that if I couldn't write a love letter, I should not be talking. And so I just wanted to gently remind people that they love women.
Yeah,
we all love women.
I think Ms. Fortney needs to speak to you real quick.
I will.
Let's go. I think she really needs.
This is so stupid. So she's at this women's rally. There's really not a whole lot of people there, but they think she is the most toxic, dangerous element at this rally. And every time she tries to talk to somebody, they either kind of know that where she's coming from, or they have no idea, and they just openly start talking to her. But then somebody like that dude that just come rushing in, and it's like, oh, we need to talk to you. Like, oh, there's something very urgent we need to talk about. Let's go over here. And of course, they tell them, oh, don't talk to that person. Don't talk to that lady. And then, of course, the other people come in with their signs, and they block the camera. Oh my gosh, these women, these liberal women, man, I'm telling you, they are the worst.
I hear you.
Come on. There we go.
Where are we going?
There we go.
There's a lot of women being super rude to me at the women's rally. If they keep acting this way, I'm just gonna take over the whole rally, to be honest, because I came to talk to them, and if they're not gonna be polite, then it's not a lot of people. Let's count. Oh my gosh, it's the woman priest. She's here.
All these world leaders need to start sanctioning and isolating the United States right now. It's time for everybody that runs a country in the free world to start treating the United States as what we are, which is the enemy. You don't like me saying that? Sorry, you're part of the problem. As far as I'm concerned, because of Donald Trump, he has turned us into a nuisance of the world. And just like somebody like Kim Jong-un and North Korea, we have to be cut off. We got to be cut off from the rest of the world. Why is anybody still doing business with us?
Because they want to make money? What are you talking about? Oh my gosh, these people are so stupid.
The president of the United States, in name only, is out here still acting like he's leader of the free world.
Because he is. Yeah.
And he's not. We're irrelevant. Not only are we irrelevant, but we're a danger to everybody else. I woke up to the realization today I don't know why it took me this long to figure it out, but
I'm stupid.
The United States is no different than Russia.
What?
We are exactly the same nation.
Oh yeah, we're invading everybody. We're just rolling tanks into Canada right now as we speak. Give me a break. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry, but she is retarded.
There's no indistinguishable difference between the two that I can see.
Hi. I'm a food critic, and I travel around San Francisco with my phone and stream my meals.
No, you're not. You might do that, but what you're really doing is waiting for somebody to offend you by misgendering you, because that's what always happens, and then he ends up complaining, and he's going to mention, well, you know, sometimes you can even get a free meal. He gets free meals because he totally makes a fuss that's completely inappropriate and flips out over these people as soon as they misgender him. This man is stupid.
Typically, for any meal, between like 75 and 100,000 people will witness the meal, either live or after the fact. Would this be a good time for me to record my experience here? Yeah, nope. I'm just gonna leave. There's no one. Okay. I think they're like all watching me as I walk out. All right, well, goodbye.
Yeah, there's a bunch of base people working there.
I don't know how to. They're all just kind of looking at me from the kitchen, like, okay. I'll leave.
I wonder why.
Yeah, it definitely is intimidating for it to be that many people, but there's several reasons I mention it. Is one, because I want them to know that it's not just like I'm a random person videoing my food. Because it also lets them know, like, hey, enough people are going to be seeing this that you want to be sure to, like, be on your game. And also it could result in a free meal.
So. See?
Where the are all the elected
boy.
Democratic officials?
I don't know.
Where the is everyone?
Not sure.
He is nothing short of committed.
Yeah?
A word that starts with a T and rhymes with season.
You mean
where the
treason?
fuck is everyone? What is happening?
Why don't you just say treason?
It's time to divorce.
Woo!
Your Republican husband.
Oh, yeah. It's time for Dave's Detox. I really like the bongos in this song. I think they're bongos. If they're not bongos, let me know. Aw, look at the cute little baby goat. All baby goats are super cute. What is the point of bringing a cow to a wedding? There must be something there we don't understand, some kind of context we're missing. It's funny.
Let's go.
He's like, all right, I'm up. I'm up. Let's do it. Whatever it is, I'm down. Oh, that's funny. Huh, I've never seen two birds do that. They're like wrestling. Aww. That's cool. 3 labs in a lake. Oh, wow. That's really neat, but I would be so afraid they would bite me all of a sudden, you know? Seals are pretty cool, though. Ah, nice cat. I've never seen a cat swim before, I don't think. This is funny. It's like, pardon me. Excuse me. Can you give me some food?
Are you doing it again?
It's so funny. It's funny how dogs get into, like, they get stuck in this, like, rut of a routine, you know? And they can't deviate. That's funny. Aw, a cute little kitten. Like wiping away his kisses. All right, well, that was a good detox. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you also enjoyed the episode. And if you did, please subscribe, like, share, slap that bell around, and do all that jazz. All right. Also, spread the word about Idle Hands, and let's bring the joint happiness, hopefully, that I'm bringing you guys and gals out there to more people, to more eyeballs, and spread more joy. All right. Well, listen, until the next episode, stay safe. Know that you are loved and appreciated. And of course, until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.